So this question wants you to first write the percent equation and then solve it. So we're going to start by simplifying this, that mixed number. We have two options. We can put it into a decimal, or we can change it to an improper fraction. If it was an improper fraction, we'll say 2 times 5 plus 1 gives you 11 over 2%. Or you can say 5 is the whole, a half is 0.50. Okay, imagine you are a little confused how to go from the improper to the to the decimal. We can do 2 divided into 11. So how many times 2 into 11? It goes in 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. Gives you a 1. So then you put a decimal here, add a 0, down. So 2 into 10 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. That gives you 0. So 5.5. We add the 50 because we're talking about percent, the 0. So then we have 5. Let's use a different color. So now we have 5.50% of what number is 33. So then we're going to write it just as we see it. The first thing that says it you see is 550. Of means multiplication. What number is what you do not know. Is means equal sign 33. Okay, now before you say, well, I'm done and I get this, remember, in order to solve for it, as of right now, this still has the percent. So in order to make it a decimal, so you're going to change 5.50% to decimal before you say I'm done. So how do you do that? You're going to move the decimal 2 times to the left, 1 and 2. You're going to put a placeholder of a 0 right there, and your decimal point will go now here. So this becomes 0.055. Now this 0, we no longer need it. So that's that. So if we go back in here, this is what we have to change. So our percent equation is going to be 0.055x equals 33. Okay, now in order to solve it, you are going to divide by this to both sides. This cancels, doing it with x equals 33 over 0.055. Okay, sorry, my 5 looks a little off. And here we're going to do long division. So we have 0, we'll put 0.055 divided into, what was it? 33. Now we cannot do long division with decimal on the outside, so we're going to move it 3 times to the right. The decimal is at the end, so we're going to move it 3 times to the right. 1, 2, 3. So now this becomes 55 divided by 3, 3, 0, 0, 0, boom. Decimal right there. So then you ask yourself, does 55 fits into 3? No. Does 55 fits into 33? No. Does 55 fits in 330? Yes. How many times? So you go and check. Once you have checked, that gives you 6 times. 6 times 55 gives you 330. This looks like a nice long division. Subtract that 0. So now what do you do with these zeros that are left here? Well, you move them to the top. So your answer is going to be x equals 600. So that's your answer. I think I wrote it. This is your percent equation.